So today on GreenMotion, I'm going to be talking about the advantages and disadvantages of getting an e-bike versus a traditional bike for people who've kind of been on the fence thinking about both. And of course, this is just my story. And I'm actually a good example of somebody because a few years ago, I had gotten a traditional Cannondale bike, spent about $500 for it. And then just, of course, a few months ago, I got an electric bicycle. So I'm going to tell you how they both worked out for me. And then you can make your own decision on which one's going to work best for you. So like I said, a few years ago, I actually had gone down to the big bicycle shop here in town and had decided I was going to get back into biking. I'd been into biking when I was younger, back in my college days and stuff. That was like my sole means of transportation for several years. But I had literally not been on a bike in almost 20 years. So when I got that Cannondale, we kind of live on a slight hill here in town. So my choice was to either head downhill and then worry about getting too far and having to get all the way back up, or just start heading uphill. And then at least I would know, if I burn out and couldn't go any further, at least I can come downhill and make it home. But the thing was, heading out, going uphill, it was just never got to the point where I was really having fun with it. I just wasn't in shape enough. It hurt, it burned. So really I would just get to the point where I just felt kind of sick and exhausted, like I was gonna pass out and shit. So I turned around and come back down the hill, but I couldn't even enjoy the downhill then because I just didn't feel good. And like I said, I'd be a little bit lightheaded, so I ended up coming home, putting the bike away. Did that a few times, never even got enough miles on that thing to burn the little rubber nubs off of the tires. And then there it sat for like 3 years. Well, just recently I'd had an accident where I'd scraped up the side of my car and I knew it was going to be in the shop for almost 2 weeks. So I went ahead and I figured, hey man, an e-bike could be a good alternative. I don't want to do a rental car, so at least it'd be something inexpensive. I started looking into them. Lo and behold, I find out that the class 2 e-bikes have a throttle and you can go 20 miles an hour without even pedaling if you don't want. I didn't even know about that advantage. As soon as I could start feeling that dizzy, kind of sick, overexerting feeling come on, I could just ride that throttle for a little while. You're getting that 20-mile-an-hour breeze, you cool back down, and then I could start pedaling again. And with doing that, I was able to just increase. I mean, even with the pedal assist, I could do maybe 3 to 5 miles in the beginning, but within maybe 2 weeks, I was up to being able to do the 10-mile loop down along the river here that goes over the 2 bridges and stuff. So that was awesome, man. I just really kind of felt like a whole new invigoration in a way, like the hormones or the testosterone or something started pumping again. I know I'm sounding like a Nugetics commercial, and she'll love it too, but it's actually true. I think we just don't realize how little we really get outside, and this is true for the kids also. You go from inside your house to inside your car to inside Starbucks, and then back in your car, back in the house, back in the car, back to the grocery store, whatever. But you think you're going out and going places, but you're never really outside. You're never interacting with the environment. You get on that e-bike, you're out there, traffic's going, someone's honking, you're like, hey, go around, whatever. It's real. Your mind knows the difference between using an exercise bike in your living room or actually being out there dealing with real shit. You almost fucking crash or hit something, you swerve it, that little bit of adrenaline you get going, the whole thing, it's all good. That's what I'm starting to figure out. And that is what the video games and even going to the gym or all of these other activities that keep us inside, I think, are missing, is that realism that you get from going outside and doing activities. So although there are, of course, dangers with bicycling, just like any other activity, especially for kids, which Washington State has eliminated the age restriction for kids, but I do think it's a worthwhile trade. They may sprain an ankle, there are helmet laws, so I mean they should be protected there, but you're going to get scrapes and abrasions and things like that. But with obesity being the serious health consequence that we're facing with kids nowadays, if an e-bike is going to be what it takes to get them excited about doing something outside, then all the better, man. But anyways, it has changed my whole life. I've lost 20 pounds. I feel great. I probably feel better and have more energy than I have in 20 years. So if that sounds like something that's appealing to you, if you're somebody who's not biked in a long time, I mean, if you were a young person and you feel like you've biked a lot, you're in shape, and you'd rather go that route, I think that is great. But of course, in this day and age, that's the minority. Most people, regardless of your age, are out of shape, have spent too much time indoors, you have not been that active or physically fit. this is a great opportunity to change all that. So for me, the electric bike really was the difference. And it just gave me an opportunity to succeed. With that first bike, it was just one more kind of a depressing failure at trying to get back into shape or doing something, convince me like it's not going to happen. This e-bike just gives you that edge, that little bit of a cheat that you can use to get started. But all right, guys, that is my case for an e-bike. If it sounds good to you, of course, there are tons of affordable electric bikes available now. They're not all $3,000 and $4,000 like they used to be. So I'm going to show you guys some clips of some e-bikes for under $1,000. Put some links underneath this video if you guys want to go check them out. So check out the links if you're interested. Get outside, get more active, and then I will see you guys right back here on the next one. Peace.